Welcome to One in the Shibal with Sujia and Ed.
We're just two Asian Americans talking shit about shit.
Except today, this little guy turns 1 year old. And yesterday was Susie's birthday.
Shut up. Happy birthday, Archie.
And Susie.
Archie, you're a Libra just like me.
You guys are birthday buddies.
I know. That's so cute. Exactly 48 years apart almost. But in dog years, I guess that's different, right?
It's way more. 300 plus years. To
Archie, I'm so much older than you. I could be your great-great-great-great-great-grandmother.
I think you need like seven more grapes.
I'm on a different astral plane.
Yeah.
I'm in history somewhere.
Generations are touching you right now. This is generational wisdom for you, Archie.
Good. You're so lucky, Archie. Did you have a happy birthday, Archie?
Yeah, I baked him a cake yesterday.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Identical.
Yeah.
It was uncanny.
Idea in my head. I was like,
how hard could it be?
Yeah. Well, because I've decorated cakes before.
Yes.
But I had tools at the time.
Sure.
I have no piping tips.
Yes.
And then I was like, I didn't want to get yelled at by people, so I didn't want to use any food dyes or colorings for a dog, you know? So then I was like, I got to go natural. I was like, I'm just going to use blueberries for the eyes. And in my head, it didn't look as like
horrific.
My 3-year-old tried to make my cake with me. Yeah. It's giving like Coraline.
But did Archie enjoy the cake?
Oh, he loved it.
Did he eat the whole thing? Yeah. Well, then that's what matters.
Because I baked a cake for Colt.
Yes.
As soon as the cake was in the oven, the dogs were like, "Oh,
this is my birthday."
For us. Yeah, they're like, "This is for us."
Smells like birthday cake. Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet.
He did enjoy it.
Good.
But yeah, it's a little terrifying. How was your birthday?
Fine. I don't make my birthday a big deal. Maybe next year when I turn 50, I will. But I'm just like, whatever. It was just like a regular day. They had to get the kids up for school. We had volleyball practice. We had to go to volleyball clinic. We had to make lunches, and it was just the same shit. Yay!
I wonder if people feel differently about their birthdays when they grew up during the school year versus
maybe
summer birthday people.
Maybe. I don't know. Like,
I always used to be jealous of school birthday people because like you got to do the class party thing.
Yeah.
But then like in retrospect, you're like, oh, I'd rather not be in school.
Well, I have one daughter whose birthday is right at the beginning of school and the other daughter whose birthday is right at the beginning of summer break.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they both have advantages and disadvantages. Like the advantage of the school birthday is that, you know, they get to be with like their school friends. But the disadvantage is that like if you have a party, then you have to like either invite everybody or it has to be like super hush hush because, you know, you don't want people to feel their feelings hurt. Versus the summer birthday, you don't have the school and everybody to like celebrate with you, but that's kind of like cool. I can invite whoever I want and nobody will know.
And you could maybe even have your birthday on your birthday.
Right.
Instead of like waiting for the weekend.
That's exactly true. Like my older daughter's birthday party we're having in November. Her birthday is in September because the first 2 months. Because
I feel weird even being like, oh, my birthday was like last week. It's over.
Well, so for her, it's at the very beginning of school. So everything is just kind of going crazy. There's so many things that they have to do. The whole like club and volleyball season started. Every weekend has got something. Everybody's got something. So I was like, we'll just have to push it. And we just had to keep pushing it. And I was like, okay, because she wants to do a slumber party. But if you do a slumber, and you can't do it during the week. You only have like Friday or Saturday. And then on my schedule, it was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. But it was fine. It's all working out. So, but that's fine. Yes, my birthday was lovely. Thank you very much. I don't know. What am I celebrating? Yeah. Actually, I sent my mother flowers and some dessert. It's her birthday. That's the date. Birthday. All I did was come out.
No.
She did all the work. Trust me. As somebody who has given birth, she deserves to be celebrated on that day.
For sure. But at this point, you've also survived.
Barely.
A long time. Not a long time.
It's been a long time.
You should celebrate surviving.
Yay. I did it. Didn't die yet. Anyway, moving on. How was Hawaii?
It was great.
Great. Did you eat a lot of good food?
I did eat a lot of good food. And luckily,
doesn't Ed look so like refreshed and tan?
We were like right next to an ABC store.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh,
did you buy like 100 shot glasses?
No, I bought like $100 worth of coconut water.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Every day I would buy like 6 cans of like tall boys. And I would just chug them. So I was like, fine, even though I was eating like Loco Moco. And
yeah.
Like, we had like went to a steak dinner and I was like, I probably shouldn't eat this as I ordered a bone and ribeye.
Absolutely.
And then like ate everything. You know what I mean? And like, I always like feel bad being like, I have gout and this place only has meat, you know? So like, I don't do that normally unless I'm like in the middle of a gnarly flare up and I'm like, hey guys, I really can't eat.
Yeah. I'm going to die.
Yeah. So like, I'll just like
fall off.
Kept like, you know, drowning myself in coconut water.
Yeah. Well, good.
Come back home. I like bought enough coconut water so that there'd be like 2 days worth after my return. But then I was like, oh, I have to go to Costco and get more. Costco was out. So the last 2 days I've been like chugging water, but apparently not enough because like my right foot is starting to get a little.
Oh my God. If you go through this again.
So like I need to try to find coconut water today.
Just take that one.
And then start chugging it. And then eat, pray, love that it does not come back.
I hope it doesn't come back either.
Yeah, but Hawaii was really fun. It was really humid, even though it wasn't that humid because it was October. But I was like, oh, I forgot what real humidity is.
It's not my favorite.
And then you know how I went there partially for that film festival? Mm-hmm. I didn't even get to watch the movie. There was like I'll explain later in a video.
Didn't they fly you out for that?
Kind of. So
they didn't fly you out just for fun.
So like there was a miscommunication with my pass.
Oh.
So then when I went to go, they're like, oh, your pass doesn't include any tickets. I was like, they told me it did.
And then what the fuck is the pass for?
Right. So I think there was a miscommunication somewhere. And then because of that, because I was like, I tried to buy the tickets for the movies that I wanted to watch, but like it wasn't. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm just going to have to go and get it. So then by the time I went, they were like, also the movies you want to watch are sold out. So I was like, and it was also the day before I flew out because the movies that I wanted to watch were that day.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, cool.
Thanks for my free vacation, I guess.
I was like, I'm just going to go eat some shaved ice now and leave.
I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
I didn't know what to do.
I don't understand why the people who brought you there didn't coordinate that with you, but that's their fault.
They did. They told me that it was supposed to come with like 5 movie tickets, but then at the gate, they were like, oh, your pass doesn't include any. And I was like,
dumb.
Oh,
great job.
I was like, I don't know what happened.
Good work, team. Doing great. We're doing great.
There was like some miscommunication somewhere for sure.
Okay, but what's in that bag already?
But also, I brought back a gift.
Thank you. I'll take it now. Strawberries and cream, white chocolate macadamia nuts.
It's a strawberries and cream macadamia nuts.
This is not for you.
And
you have your snack.
He bought a bag on the first day because I was like,
there's
no way these aren't not great. And they're like crack.
Oh, they smell so good.
It's literally like
oh my God, it smells so good.
It's so
oh yeah, it smells so good. Here, you want some?
My one friend, I
my
tried
God,
it.
Yum.
My one friend tried it, and then he ate a bag every day till we left.
Strawberries, white chocolate, macadamia nuts. You want some?
It's so good.
I love macadamia nuts. It is so good.
This is way better than a box of the chocolate covered macadamia nuts.
Agreed. Yummy. Anyway, you keep talking.
But yeah, we ate so much food. I mean, that's mostly what I do when I travel, right?
What? I don't know why.
People were like, let's go to Pearl Harbor. And I was like, for why?
I'm not trying to get sad. I'm trying to eat.
Yeah, I was like, for why? I was like, I don't need to do touristy stuff. For me, the touristy stuff is through my belly.
My ex-husband's mother, whenever we'd travel together, pull out a fucking itinerary with times, locations, travel from one. I was like, fuck off. This is the most unfun thing I've ever done. I hate this trip. This is the worst thing I've ever done. I hate this. I married him anyway. Stupid me. But anyway, I like to go on vacation and just kind of wing it. Like there might be a couple like bullet points that I want to do. I am not trying to have an itinerary. I'm trying to relax and have fun. The itineraries usually just consists of the restaurants that I want to go to.
Same. That's all I did. I had a list of restaurants that were recommendations. And then it was just like trying to figure out when, where, how close, which one's plausible. Oh, North Shore, that's far.
Yeah, that's far.
Like, luckily, because like I went there and I was like, all I want is garlic shrimp.
Oh yeah, you kept saying that. It was just a random like. I never associate garlic shrimp with Hawaii.
It's so weird. I've watched so many garlic shrimp truck videos that like this whole time get it? I've just been like, so like when I realized that most of the garlic shrimp trucks are in the North Shore, I was like, oh no. But I guess one of the most famous ones, Giovanni's Shrimp, they opened up these are so fucking good. I know, it's crack.
That's a problem.
They opened up a permanent location in an H Mart that was not far from where we were.
Oh, nice.
So we went there and I got it. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. Because the other two people I was with don't care for seafood like you. So like I started being like, I don't think I'm going to get it.
I'm panicking. Yeah. My whole trip is ruined.
I was like, even if it's jaded, for some reason, I think Hawaii is garlic shrimp. And I was like, I'm not going to get it.
Where's mine?
But we ate everything. Mochi donuts.
Did you get the
pig?
How was the shave ice? Boy. What flavor did you get?
We got 2 flavors. One with like rainbow one, and then one with God damn it, what's it called? Not Kalani.
Lilikoi?
Lilikoi, yeah.
I love that. Did you like it?
Yeah, the Lilikoi was good. I even ate a Lilikoi malasada. That was pretty good. It was like donuts. Although like we went to go eat at this cafe the day we left, and it was like right across the street from a Leonard's Bakery where they apparently have like amazing malasadas. There's like fried donuts.
I don't think I even know what that is.
It's like this like, I said fried donut, which is redundant because all donuts are fried, but it's just like.
That's not true.
That's true. Some are baked. But it's a fried donut and it's like this like pouch. It's almost like a stuffed donut, but it's just like stuff with like,
you know, like the kinds they have at Randy's.
Yeah. But then it has like powdered sugar on top, and then it's like stuffed with like fruit filling, like Lilikoi. And it is delicious.
I bet.
That line for Leonard's was so long, and we were like, we had to leave for the airport soon and stuff. So I was like, we can't. But I ate pretty much everything else.
Great.
Yeah. But there were a couple days when, like, because we didn't have anything planned, we were like sitting in the hotel, you know? And I was like, it's been an hour and we're still figuring what we're going to do. I was like, we're going to the beach. And they're like, oh, we went to the beach yesterday. I was like, I don't care. I'm not coming to Hawaii and sitting in this hotel room.
Aren't sunsets the best in Hawaii?
Yes.
Hawaiian sunsets are the best. I love the beach in Hawaii. And it's so funny. I live a mile and a half from the beach. Almost never go. It's totally different.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, isn't it funny that we came to Hawaii and I was like, we live in LA, and I was like, I think I've been to the beach maybe 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I go to the beach a lot because of my kids, but if it wasn't for the kids, I'd be like, it's just such an undertaking. Take all your shit. And
in the last year, almost since I got an Archie, I keep being like, I need to take this little boy to the beach.
What beach can you go to though with the dog?
I'm just taking him to some like dead beach in Malibu. Or like there are some beaches where they do allow dogs.
I don't think my dogs would like it.
Santa
he would
Monica,
be like, I hate this.
Santa Monica allows them. And like I took
Santa Monica allows them? Are you certain?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a white chocolate covered strawberry and think about it.
But I took Holt once and he spent the whole time digging on the beach.
Of course.
He loved it. Yeah, so like I want to take Archie. And then this winter, I also want to take them to see snow. But that's like a coordination thing. Like beach is always there, you know? But also that shirt I found on the second day in Hawaii. I like walked into this random shirt shop because like we were waiting for this place to open up to get hot pot. And I walk in and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, this is the randomest combination because it's like, it's a blonde dachshund. So it's obviously a Chiweenie, which is like a very small population of dachshunds. Like most dachshunds are like brown, you know what I mean? And then it's on a pit bull. So basically now I have it stuck in my head that I need to recreate that shirt with the real dogs.
Why don't you just make it a cake?
I actually thought about it, but I was like, the only way I'd be able to do that is with fondant. And I was like, I can't. Is it cake is one of the hashtags I use. I was like, no one's questioning.
I can't tell. Is that really you, Archie? Yeah. It looks just like you. It's uncanny.
Oh, good times. But how was your last 2 weeks?
I have to think about it. The last 2 weeks, it's the same. Nothing has changed. Everything is the same. I'm just tired and busy and cranky.
Same, different day.
I've been really fixated on this Boba tea thing.
Everyone has.
It has exploded, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because it's infuriating.
It's so infuriating. Okay. I should explain it. Okay. There is this French-Canadian company. They're from Quebec. And it's a man and a woman. And they went on this show called Dragon's Den in Canada.
Like a Canadian version of Shark.
Which came out first. Yeah. So the American... Yeah, it's been on for like forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dragon's Den, which I almost even have a problem with, like the name of that. That alone. I was like, okay. Because dragons are mythical creatures, whereas sharks are like real. Anyway. So they go and they pitch to the dragons, who then offer you money if they want to, partner with you and invest in your business. And so they're like, hey, dragons, this is our company. It's called Boba, which is spelled Bobba, which if you can spell and read actually spells Bobba.
Bobba.
Like Bobby.
Yeah, Bobba.
So anyway, Simu Liu, who is an actor who was in Shang-Chi and Kim's Convenience, he was a guest dragon on the show. Which then brings me to like another point is like, obviously they curated that episode for him because like, what are the chances that a Taiwanese food like boba presented by these white French Canadian people would be presented to Simu, who is also Taiwanese Canadian.
Not to mention Simu's like on SAT all the time. And that I feel like centers around boba. Subtle Asian traits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he's talked about boba a bunch.
All the time.
Anyway, so obviously they must have known. So anyway, so they present their company. And through its presentation, we come to find out that not only has this product that has been making money, this company's been making money.
Yeah, I think last year their revenue was like in the millions.
Yeah, like $2 million or something. Mm-hmm. And then projected to make like $7 million. And he's like, we want to sell it one day to Nestle for $100 million or whatever. So we come to find out that this company has effectively stripped everything that is Taiwanese about this product, which is a Taiwanese product, from the product itself. There's no mention of Taiwan. There's no mention of Taiwanese culture. There's no mention of the history of boba. Nothing. There's literally nothing. In fact, he says like, oh, we've made it so that it's not an ethnic product anymore.
Yeah, they were like, this boba's not an ethnic product anymore. Like,
yeah. Well, because what we've done is we've made it not ethnic. It's like, you can't just take it out. What do you mean?
They basically Taco Bell'd.
Yes. Well, and then also, but they like did it. It sounded purposeful. Like they did it on purpose.
No, they did.
And then they're like, oh.
I mean, they literally said it. They're like, this isn't ethnic anymore.
Yeah. And they started by saying like, well, we started this company because when you go into boba shops, you really don't know what you're getting, which then plays into the stereotype of like deviant, immigrants or, different cultures are scary and dirty and gross.
Boba makes like a pre-made boba drink.
Right.
Like they're not just making tapioca pearls. They're making the actual drink, which is like a wild thing to say. Because I don't drink boba,
right?
But I haven't been to a single boba shop where they don't list every ingredient.
Yeah,
lychee juice,
right?
Tapioca pearls, sugar,
tea,
milk,
sugar, tapioca pearls.
Yeah,
that's it. What do you mean you don't know? Of course you fucking know. And also they're like, oh, well, it's canned and bottled. That's never been done before. It's like, I reviewed a canned boba like 2 years ago. Like this has been around forever.
Canned boba. We have like boba flavored powder. We have like boba ice cream. Like, what do you mean?
You can buy boba kits.
Canned boba is like the most infantile evolution of boba.
Right. Exactly. They're like, we've done it better than everybody. Nobody's ever done this before. And we're going to make millions. And Simu was like, yeah,
not only that, and then they go on to be like, we invented this thing called popping boba, which has been around for at least 10
You can go to any frozen yogurt shop and they have that as a topping. Like, what are you talking about? You did not invent anything. And so that's the whole issue with cultural appropriation, right? Is like, you think you come in, you take this ethnic product, strip it of its entire ethnicity, any cultural relevance whatsoever, then claim to make it cleaner and better and healthier is even something that they said. And then you've new and improved and now suddenly you've invented it. How the fuck did you invent something if you'd already it makes me so mad. Maybe it's so enraged. So then
they MSG'd Boba.
Yes, they MSG'd Boba. They spa watered Boba. They, clear skin tacoed Boba. They scrubbing. Oh yeah,
They scrubbing loofah'd.
They colonized Boba. Yeah. So then Simu, of course, is saying no, I'm out. Like, this is not, I want to elevate small minority businesses. This doesn't sound like that at all. In fact, it's the opposite. It's actually the opposite of what I'm trying to do.
He even calls out the fact that they took away the Taiwanese from it.
And something that I should add that is really important is that the other dragons on the show were at best dismissive and combative at worst. Like, there were some dragons that were like
dismissive of Simu.
Yes, dismissive of Simu and his concerns and his, voicing his trouble with this product. And they're like one of them goes like, oh, like, way to make this like super heavy. It's like, it is heavy. Like, culture is heavy. Like, what are you talking about? And then they either dismissed him and the other dragons were like, yeah, I'm out. I don't want to have anything to do with this product. And then,
Manjit Minhas.
One of the, I keep saying sharks, one of the dragons, Manjit Minhas, she is South Asian. She was probably the one that was the most vocal about being like, it's okay. Like, what's the problem? Like, people reinvent stuff all the time. Not everything has to be traditional. It's like, damn, of all the people on this panel, you are going to be the one to say. And some people are like, it doesn't matter, what ethnicity yes, it does. It does. It mattered to me. And, people might disagree, but it mattered to me. Like, I think solidarity among people of color is really important. And to not even just hear it out and be like, okay, well, if I were to invest $1 million, which is what they're asking for, would there be stipulations on my investment? I would stipulate that maybe we have to find ways to put the culture back into this product. Let's make sure that we hire a team of Taiwanese people who know about the product and the history of the product. And honestly, Boba was invented out of colonization anyway. There would be no Boba in Taiwan had it not been for, you know what I mean? So it's like, these things are all really important for people to know and nobody knows. So, but she didn't. She's like, anyway, I'll give you $1 million for 18%. It's like, okay. So then the episode airs or it goes to social media and it fucking explodes. Like, people are going fucking nuts and they are like, boycott Bobba, boycott Costco for selling it, boycott Manjit, boycott because they own a brewery that makes $1 million different beers.
Manjit owns a beer. She owns an alcohol company that is the 15th largest in the United States. She makes a lot of money.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for her. And that's great. And that's the thing is I am so down with, businesses, especially, Asian, South Asian businesses of color. I support that completely. But it's at what cost to yourself or at what cost is what is it really costing? You know what I mean? It's I'm all for making money. I'm all for business. It's fine. I'm a businesswoman myself, but I don't know, what's the bottom? What's the bottom of that?
You don't have to be a Benedict Arnold to your whole race.
And the way that she was talking to him really got under my skin. She's just like, oh my God, you're being such a brat is basically what she made it feel like.
Yeah. And people talk about cancel culture. It's no, she clearly showed that she doesn't give a shit about us. So why are we giving a shit about her
Absolutely.
business
Exactly.
and her livelihood?
And then she does this fucking, what looked like a fucking hostage video. She's like, hello, my name is Manjit and I am a dragon and you should not bully me and my company because it's just
yeah. Well, she was like, well, she's like, I'm going to pull out also. It's so bad to threaten people. It's
and that's another thing. Whenever people are like, oh, I have gotten so many death threats. Show me one. I want to see one. Just let me see one. Let me see one. Because I don't know. I don't know about death threats. Maybe people are like, I wish you were never born. Things like that. But that's different than wishing a death threat. And again, we're splitting hairs. But like, come on. A death threat is different than I wish you were dead. A death threat is I'm going to make it so you are dead. Wishing people are dead is different than be like, I'm going to come to your house and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Neither of them feel good, but the one is an actual, like, I don't feel comfortable in my home.
Death wishes, maybe, is the thing.
I mean, neither are okay.
They're not okay. Of course they're not okay. But I've never seen any. Anyway, so she again made it about herself. She victimized herself, and she's like, I'm getting death threats, and that's never okay. It's like...
And it's just like very obvious, like she was like obviously reading off a script.
Oh my God.
And I think the whole thing was just giving like, I can't be bothered. Like I can't be bothered to do another take. Like, oh, did I just stumble over words?
I can't be bothered to memorize what I want to say.
Right. And I mean like literally her memorizing like one sentence at a time and then just like it being cutty would have come off better than like, hey guys, my name is Ed, and I don't know really what I'm saying right now. Right. Apparently, I don't feel good about what I did, though. So like,
it wasn't even that. That was far more cohesive. It was like, and I don't think that threats are good. I have decided to pull, and like you can see her eyes like scanning, decided to pull my money, and I won't be investing. It's like, you couldn't even memorize that. Like it's not that hard.
Only part
you're
of her
TV.
speech
like, you're a host on a TV show.
Yeah. The only part of her speech that felt normal was where she was like, "It's not chai tea. It's cha or chai. It's not naan bread. It's not."
Well, and that's the thing too is people are like, "Oh, well, it's not the same, as what she's talking about." But to me, it's like, so you are very clearly saying, I understand cultural relevance. I can read a room. You know what I mean? So she's saying like, I understand why people would feel a certain way because I have felt that way before. When people say naan bread, not knowing that naan means bread, and calling chai tea when chai already means tea and not even calling chai, you're supposed to call it chai. It's like, you understand why these things are relevant to you, but you couldn't have extended the same courtesy to your co-host, a guest celebrity co-host on your show. And for 1 second, be like, these are really interesting points, Simu. I would really like to learn more about that. Or like, I see what you're saying because I can relate in some way. That makes a lot of sense. No, none of that.
But all of it, her actions on the show, her PR statement, we'll call it, not even an apology, I think all just reiterates the fact that like, She doesn't care.
She doesn't give a fuck. Just fine.
She doesn't care. Like she probably has already sold out her culture for her own monetary gain. Or I don't think she cares.
Yeah, or even she uses it to promote her business, but doesn't actually care about what that means to her, like the significance of it. I don't want to speak to that because I don't know her.
She has that one drink where it literally is like, it's not chai, it's cha.
Right.
So like that's actually one of her brands.
Yeah.
So like it almost makes me feel like she's doing that as like this like thing to be like, oh, we're South Asian brand instead of being like, no, this is something that I actually care about.
So you'll leverage your ethnicity and your culture when it benefits you.
And outrage.
Right. But you won't extend the same courtesy to somebody who's actually having very reasonable, rational, and,
So there's just no humanity.
Well, yeah.
There's just no humanity in her. There's no empathy. There's no...
She's a fucking, it's all business. It's all business. That's all she cares about. And, that's fine. If she wants to do that, that's fine. But I don't know. The backlash, I think, has been really significant. I don't know how it's going to affect her in the future.
Yeah, or her podcast, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it's going to hurt, right? If you want to actually hurt her where it counts, that's where you would do it. As with most people, in these kinds of industries. But the Boba company itself, I'm really interested to see how this goes from here. Because I don't know, I have my own businesses and I know how difficult it is. It's really hard. And you can't just walk away.
I just don't know how they're going to bounce back from it. Because like the funny thing about that is that about a year ago, I made a video about a somewhat similar situation with another company that literally decided to call themselves Better boba.
That's right. I remember that.
They like literally were like, we
better
actually
than what, bitch?
make boba better than Asian people is basically what they said.
You.
And in their website, they even said the same thing. They're like, we don't know what's in Asian boba, but they don't make a ready-made drink. They make the tapioca pearls. They make the actual boba. And they're like, we don't know what's in boba. And it's like, and then on their website, there was even a section that was like, oh, sometimes people drink boba and they complain about abdominal discomfort.
Yeah, because they had
cramping.
800 pearls
Right.
and they didn't digest them yet.
They like literally MSG'd boba.
Oh, yeah.
So that they could be like, oh, here's our product. Better boba.
Do you see how dangerous these Asian people are? They make you go to the hospital because you ate 40,000 tapioca pearls, you dumb shit.
Last year when I made that video, something happened where it didn't get that many views. It only got like 25,000 views. So it got enough where they still panicked. Because they're like, attention, negative attention. So they put out this press statement like the next day where they're like, oh, we're going to amend language on our website and stuff to make sure that we, give respect. And
that's the name of your brand.
Origins of boba, they wrote. So like when this happened, I was finally like, oh yeah, better boba. So I looked them up again. The only thing they did in that year after they were going to change the verbiage on their website was they took what used to say woman and minority owned business. Now they switched it to AAPI first and woman-owned business, even though the woman owner who is white is the actual face of the company. Like she actually runs the company.
Why would they say AAPI owned if she's white?
Her other co-founder is her husband, who is Indian or South Asian. So initially it was like woman and minority owned, but after the backlash, they tried to gaslight the public to make them confused to be like, well, we don't know what AAPI is. It could be Taiwanese. It could be Chinese.
Sure.
It could be East Asian. We don't know.
It
is so fucking manipulative.
It really is.
So they did that. And then they even took the woman part and put it second. They put AAPI and woman.
Are you going to make a follow-up video?
So I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. After that backlash, I was like, oh man, I have to make this video. I was like, before people start losing interest about this whole Bobba thing. And then I like finally made the video and I was like, please don't let this fly under the radar again. You know what I mean? Because I was like, who knows what they're going to do? That's why I was like.
Did you open the video by saying, hey, better Boba, Boba's back in the spotlight. Have you puckered your butthole because you're nervous? I'm going to come after you again.
But I did think that. I was like, I'm sure. I was like imagining the conversation her and her husband are probably having. She's probably
like, God damn it.
Very upset. She's probably like panicky. Her husband is probably like, fuck this guy, saying expletives about me. But
maybe I'll make a video too.
But yeah, so it's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like people just don't care.
Well, that's the thing is like, a lot of people say their argument is like, why do you care so much? It's not that big of a deal. Like food is meant to be shared. Culture is meant to be shared. Shared is different than stolen. Even like when people say like, oh, but what about people who travel to places like Korea and they go to the King's Palace and they wear the hanboks? Why is that different than like if I do? Because when you go to another country and you don the clothing and you eat the food or whatever, you're doing it on the terms of that culture. You're doing it on their terms.
And who is it benefiting?
Right. It is benefiting them. And they get to dictate how this happens. But when you come to somewhere like here, all those things that you are loving and celebrating in that culture at one point, very recently, were things that were leveraged against us to discriminate against us, to bully us, to embarrass us, to diminish our histories and cultures. And then to turn around and like this whole thing about pho. There's a company in the UK that tried to successfully trademarked the word pho. And they said—
in the UK? Of course they allowed that.
It's a white company. They own a pho restaurant. And now they've trademarked the word pho so that any like mom and pop Vietnamese pho restaurant cannot use it in the name of their business. I don't think that they've sued anybody, but they could if they wanted to at this point. And it's like, so let me get this straight. Sorry, I have to sit up for this. You're going to take a food that was born out of necessity and survival.
From colonization,
where they were given the literal bones and scraps, the meat and the bones that nobody else wanted.
So not like Boba, where like colonization like melded this thing. Like
no.
The colonization was like, you guys survive or die. We don't care.
Right. This was food that they survived on. And not only did that, they created something magical from it. Pho is one of my favorite things in the world to eat. I'm going to have that for lunch. They created something amazing and magical out of something so meager and what others would have, decided was beneath them.
And it's now become a labor of love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then you're going to come in, take that food, steal it away, take everything about it that is from this culture, strip that away, then market it to other people, and then tell those people that they can no longer sell it the way that they like. Hello? Why do people think that that's not a serious thing? That is the most serious thing. Taking somebody's culture away from them, not just taking it away from them, telling them that they can no longer participate in their culture the way that they want to is fucked up. It's fucked up. I'm so mad.
Do you want to know? Do you say the thing? Hey, don't take it out on the macadamia.
Okay.
Do you know the thing about you say the travel thing is that the woman who runs Better Boba, the white woman, she literally, after marrying her husband, wrote a travel guide to India. And some people are like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
You can travel.
But I'm talking about the pattern of behavior.
Right.
Where this woman, as a white woman, sees other cultures and sees it as how does this benefit me?
Right. What can I do to capitalize on this?
And people are like sharing. But like, that's the thing is like, I'm sorry, what part of this is sharing to you?
Right.
Imagine if like you share this like family meal that your grandmother made with someone, and then the next day they made it, and then they go around sharing to everyone. They're like, I made this better, and this is my dish.
Right.
And like, that's not sharing.
Well, they don't mention your grandma anymore. They have basically taken that away from you. Then they say, oh, well, I knew of this thing, but who knew what was in it? Like, it was probably really gross and disgusting and bad for you anyway. So I took it and I made it healthy and I made it much, much better for you. And I'm going to call it Rebecca's recipe. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's not sharing.
No, that's not sharing. That's fucking stealing. You stole it. And you've taken everything that means something out of it and made it something that it is not, and misrepresented it in a way that only benefits you. And that's, that is significant. And people really think that it's like, God, it's like just like food. Get over it. What is your fucking problem? It's like, I have so many problems. Yeah. So many problems with it. Oh, you're really fired up. Like, you're so mad. Like, okay, correct. Did you want to elaborate? I already know that. I can feel that inside my body. Yes, I am mad. I am fucking mad.
Yeah. That was just ridiculous. But I am very interested to see how all of this plays out moving forward because...
Yeah, and the show hasn't even said anything. The show, all the show did was put out Simu's statement. They're like, Simu Liu put out a statement like, bullying is never okay. Like, you can have these conversations and you can have this conversation about, what's happening, but like, don't bully and harass and blah, blah, blah. All they did was screenshot it and put it on their fucking social media. And it's like, nothing. You're not going to talk about like how this has raised a better conversation and we really want to, have Simu back and talk, like something, give me something. But it's just like, just put out the screenshot. Like, fuck you guys. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I'm going to have pho for lunch and wash it down with a fucking boba. That's what I'm going to do today. Because that's bullshit.
I don't know why I hear pho and I keep thinking pho burrito.
Yum, is that a thing? Is it filled with soup?
Yeah, no. I think you dip it in the soup.
What?
Yeah, doesn't that sound amazing?
Chama, hold on. Let me think about this. So you take, what's the burrito made out of? Like the rice paper?
I don't know. Or just regular.
So tortilla. It's like a birria taco, but in pho? With pho
I think it's literally just pho inside a burrito with no broth. And then I think you're supposed to just like dip it and then eat it.
I feel like you dreamed that. Is that real?
I don't know many places. I've seen a couple. I've seen like a couple. Yeah.
Just send it to me. I need to see this for myself. I need to see this with my own eyes.
Pho burrito.
I like anything in burrito form. Mm-hmm. I feel like we've talked about this.
I know. I've been waiting for my gout to dissipate so that I can go to that god dang
Panda Express
in Pasadena to eat their...
Do they even do it anymore?
I hope that they better.
I think we should just make it ourselves.
All I know is that they currently also partnered with Hot Ones. Panda Express.
Ooh, I love.
So I'm like really hoping that if I go to the one in Pasadena, I can get a Hot Ones Panda Express burrito that will set my booty hole on fire.
Do you know the last dab on that show? The last sauce that they use? I put that on my eggs in the morning.
It's not that hot.
It's pretty hot.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, it's really hot. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Oh my god, I want to do it again.
I put your gochujang sauce on my eggs.
Thank you. It is delicious,
Especially
isn't
the
it?
hard-boiled ones.
So yummy.
Makes me feel like I'm eating naengmyeon.
I'm gonna add it with mac. I'm gonna put it in my mac and cheese.
So you regularly buy the last tab?
I have to order it special.
Is it really spicy?
I have it. I'll give you some. It's really spicy. It's like, it feels like hot needles in your mouth in the best way, I guess.
Do you know they make like $3 to $5 million a year just off that hot sauce?
Oh, really? I don't
Sales?
doubt that. Yeah. It's fucking expensive. It's like $26 or something stupid like that.
It's a regular hot sauce size?
Yeah. But I don't like the other ones. There's one that's like a mango habanero one that's really good. The other ones,
make all of them? I thought
No. They get them from
like the one is
different
Da
distributors.
Bomb, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty famous.
That one tastes like just chemicals.
It does not.
It doesn't taste. It doesn't taste like food. It's like
I've seen it in a lot of places, like Jamaica and stuff like that. But I'm like,
it tastes like what you think pepper spray is made out of. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like Tabasco tastes.
How dare you?
I know.
Get out of my house.
You love Tabasco.
Get out. I had it this morning.
I feel like that's what mace tastes like.
No way. It doesn't have a chemical flavor at all. It tastes like spicy vinegar. It's so good. I love it.
I think it's the overly vinegary.
I think we need to have a hot sauce episode.
Sauce off.
Hot sauce off?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce off?
Hot sauce off. Hot sauce off. Do we have write-ins?
I think we do. But only one person can answer that. And that is you. You read. I have to eat.
Aren't those things so good?
So good.
So we have a follow-up from a write-in. Ron just wrote cats follow-up, and I don't know what that means because I have
the sequel to
ADHD
Cats.
brain. Oh, the cats. The not caring about the cats?
Yes.
Oh my God, I do remember that. So if you guys remember, there was this guy who had a stepdaughter?
Niece?
A niece.
That he let live with
he was staying with him, and she was being very disrespectful, not caring about the cats, and they were having this like...
Weren't they her own cats?
Room off. Yeah. It was her cats, but then like she wouldn't come home to like feed the cats and all that stuff. But there's a follow-up. So they write, so to clear a few things up, I would go look around the property for the cat and call for the cat. But that was the extent of my searching for the cat. I did tell the niece if I needed to talk to her again about simple things, then she couldn't stay there anymore because it wasn't working. Instead of trying to change, she just went straight to looking for apartments.
Okay. Fine.
She has been gone for a month. When I finally let her know her cat came back, she still never asked. I just sent her a picture of my cat and her cat together and made what I thought was an obvious joke that she couldn't take her cat with her because my cat would miss her cat too much. I just said cat so many times.
Well, you really did. Probably 30 times.
I didn't realize she was drinking with her friends when I sent that, so she flipped out.
Jeez.
Acted completely insane and even started threatening to stab me for joking, saying she couldn't take her cat. I mean...
Stab? That's such an escalation.
It is, but that was also not the best joke, maybe.
Well, it would be like, but people do that. Like, you can't take your cat. My cat will be so sad. Like,
yeah, but they don't have the best relationship, so it's like...
You think she was like, hostile. You can't take your cat. Yeah, my cat will be too sad.
Yeah, it could. So I told her next time she comes home, take her things and leave her key because I'm over all of it. I had a trip planned for the next day and I locked her out of the rest of the house so she could only access her area. What did he do? Leave her window open?
Was that the issue to begin with?
Yeah. Apparently, while I was gone, she tried to bust the door down and was screaming about being locked out of her house and that she still lived there. I came home and the window was now completely broken, and instead of a glass replacement, the entire frame needs replaced.
Damn, she's got a lot of anger.
Yeah. She did end up getting into the rest of the house, but she stole a bunch of weird random things like all of my seasonings. Why does that keep happening? That's not the first time.
It's true.
Another person.
The other one threw the seasonings away.
Yeah.
Seasonings are important.
Yeah. I mean,
wars have been fought.
They're really expensive.
It's true.
Have you ever moved and tried to like restart?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ever tried to buy saffron? Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. stole one kitchen knife.
Damn.
A towel.
Well, see, now she has a kitchen knife and threatening to stab. Are we sure we want like this? She sounds kind of dangerous.
Blankets, even though she has her own, just weird small stuff that made no sense. As for why she got kicked out of her parents' house, it's for drinking and then flipping out when they confronted her to the point it started a physical fight.
Jeez.
Oh, so it's a
I think she needs help.
Me and her parents don't talk because they're very toxic and abusive. So, of course, she was able to spin it all into something they did and said she got a little attitude and that was it. She went back to her parents' house by spinning this all into something I did and turning everyone in her immediate family against me. She even tried to turn my own mom against me, not realizing I was spending time with my mom while she was sending her crazy drunk texts. It's been insane, but I heard a week into her being back at her parents' house, it already wasn't working out. I didn't know this before, but in between her parents' house and my house, she bounced around living with her friends for a bit and eventually got kicked out each place for being disrespectful towards other people's spaces. It's mind-blowing that her parents flipped it back around on him.
I'm sad for her.
Because they like know her
and
know that they did the same thing to him.
Yeah, but the parents don't sound great. So they're looking to just deflect anything to anyone. Like,
also, is like her problematic behavior learned?
What I'm saying, of course it is. And also the thing is like the parents clearly aren't taking responsibility that she's behaving this way because of them.
Right.
It's because what she's learned from them, she gets bounced around. She gets kicked out of places. She has no respect for other people's things. She's threatening to stab people and then steals a knife to do it with, potentially. Like, there's a lot of issues going on with this girl, and nobody's taking responsibility for her actions, including her parents. If you're the parent of a child or young adult that is doing these kinds of things, you have to stop and be like, what am I doing that I have actively participated and facilitated this kind of behavior? And how can I help to redirect that and correct it? You don't, blaming this guy who's just like, I let your daughter live at my house and I had to tell her to leave because she didn't know how to behave. I mean, like,
I don't understand how you spin. She wouldn't come home to feed her cats. She stole a knife and threatened to stab me.
Because you do this. If you blame other people for things that you've caused, then you feel like it wasn't you that caused it. Yeah. It's you. She left because you're a bad guy, even though you let her live in the house. And now look at her. Now she's on the streets.
Rewind a second. Why was she living at my house? Oh, right.
Oh, right. Because she can't. Because this is the toxic. I feel bad for her. At first I was like, oh, joking around, like, ha ha ha. She's kind of whatever. It's like, no, she sounds kind of messed up. And she sounds like and I don't think that bouncing around from couch to couch is going to do her any good in the long run.
That's what I was actually thinking was, I was bad. Like, I think if it was bad that she got kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
I think she started this behavior because she wasn't getting enough attention. So then
or any at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Aww. So like then to kick her out.
And then her cat is like one of the only things that she loves. And then the cat was away. And then the guy told her that she couldn't have the cat back, even though it was a joke. But that's maybe why she had such a huge reaction out of it. Because like,
it's the only thing she has.
She has no consistent things in her life.
Except that cat.
Oh,
potentially.
No, I'm really sad.
Yeah, but still, she's still a nuisance. We still feel really bad for the writer.
I know. I feel, no, I'm not taking anything away from that at all. Like, I definitely feel bad because I feel like you genuinely tried to help her. And now you're getting blamed for the outcome. And that's so unfair to you.
There's like nothing they could have done.
No.
You know what I mean? She's just in the rough spot. And
the thing was this too, is like, you weren't asking her to do like paint the house, refinish the deck, just close the window. Close the window when you leave and just don't, do shit that like leave shit around. That's it. Nobody's asking you, for anything outlandish or, unreasonable.
100%. But from her perspective, those boundaries were probably set in a very chaotic and very angry terms with her parents.
A lot of people who, when you're not feeling good about yourself, boundaries feel like an affront, right? Yes. Boundaries feel like an attack.
A rejection.
You're setting boundaries against me because you don't care about me, love me, trust me, value me, whatever. And so that feels like, oh, you're attacking me. And you're saying that I can't do these things because I'm a bad person. And now I feel attacked. And because I'm attacked, I'm going to lash out. This sounds like a very vicious circle for her. And I don't know. I mean, now that she's out of your house, I guess it's not your problem anymore. But I feel bad for her. I really do. It's a bummer. That's a real bummer for her. I hope she's what, 18, they said? 18
she was either
19?
17 or 18.
Yeah. I hope she finds some consistency. I think that's what a lot of people who feel this way often lack. And with a little bit, I think a little bit goes a long way. So finding something consistent and finding something that feels, I don't know, safe for her. I hope she finds that soon.
I agree.
Bum me out.
Also, did you get a haircut for your birthday?
Thanks for noticing. It wasn't for my birthday. It was just for my
maybe subconsciously
hair. No, I went and got my nails done though yesterday. They look so cool. Can you get a close up? They're like color changing and they look like blood because of Halloween. And I got them extra pointy. So they look like bloody witch fingers.
They do. They do kind of look like you do have vials of blood.
Yeah, right? Or like
they're like stone.
Like beating hearts or like rubies. I don't know.
Okay, that's beating hearts is like line there.
But yeah, that's what I did. No, but thanks for noticing my haircut. It's just getting long. I hate having long hair. What happens when you get old? I'm waiting for my Ajima Pama.
Oh.
I'm going to cut it really short. I'm going to get a really tight perm.
Purple hair.
And I'm going to make it purple. But like unironically purple. Or ironically purple.
Yeah, because like old people back in the day, did they want blue purple hair?
Oh,
or
no.
It was the dye.
It was the dye. It was like the cheap at-home box dye. My grandma, every time she come out, I'd be like, is it going to be blue or purple this week? I don't know.
Oh, so they would dye gray.
They would dye their gray hair black. But the gray wouldn't take the black necessarily, and it would like oxidize or change color, and so that they ended up with blue or purple hair.
But they don't have
which is kind of fucking punk rock and awesome, but they did not intend for that to happen.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen anymore, does it?
I don't know anymore, because sometimes I see a grandma with purple hair, and I'm like, do you mean that, grandma? I'm just going to, in my mind, say that you did, and think that you're just a badass punk grandma, so...
I know pool water will sometimes turn colored hair like greenish.
It'll turn blonde hair green, the chlorine, but it's a similar chemical reaction, I'm sure. But I can assure you that my grandmother did not ever intend to have blue or purple hair, but often did. It was really cute.
It is pretty badass. Do you know, I saw this video the other day that stated that chlorine in pools don't have a smell.
And what's the smell?
The smell
Don't say it.
After it starts disinfecting.
Oh.
So that means that if you smell chlorine, it's because it's came in contact with like
urine
or body stuff.
That's why public pools smell so bad.
That's why it smells so much more chlorine-y. Isn't that fucking...
That's why I don't let my kids go to those places. Gross? It's so nasty. I can't.
That's why like when we were in Hawaii the first day, they were like, oh, we don't know. I was like, all right, let's go down to the pool first. So we like sat down the pool and I was like, I'm starting to get hot. I was like, we have to go to the beach. They're like, just go in the pool. I was like, there are 7 children in the pool. I was like, I am not fucking getting in there. I was like, are you guys fucking stupid?
You're gross.
I was like, that's so gross. And then they were like, what do you think the ocean is? I was like,
it's a giant toilet.
It's a giant toilet. But I was like, it's at least.
Yeah, but you also now have whale
At least it's not like contained.
And dead whales in there. And are we going to talk about that fucking big things in the ocean again?
Yeah, but then it's also like washing with rainwater and like depths and depths.
Everything's dirty, Ed.
Everything is dirty.
Get over it. Everything's dirty. Just jump in the fucking pool.
The pool is so much more concentrated.
But that's why the chlorine is there, to keep it from, I don't know, being pee anymore.
But yeah, I did not go in the pool.
Oh, I much prefer a pool over the beach.
I do, but not when there's majority kids in there. If like when there was just like only adults, maybe. Even though it's still the same water.
All right, I gotta go to parent teacher conference.
Oh my goodness!
He's so sleepy.
I can't believe he's a year old.
See, I didn't eat them all. Just most.
They sound mostly empty.
There's still this much left.
That's mostly hair.
Don't fat shame me, Ed.
Did it. I did it. Oh my God. Please don't grow any older.
Oh yeah. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you for joining us on another episode, and thank you for helping to celebrate Archie's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Archie.
Otherwise, you can find us on our socials.
You can find me at Sujo1 on TikTok and Instagram.
I'm at Etch a Sketch with a J. This little birthday boy's at Archie and Colt on Instagram. You can find the podcast at What in the Shibal. That's Shibal. If you would like to write in, make sure you write in at whatintheshibal, shibal@gmail.com. If you're listening to the podcast, know that there is a video version available on YouTube. But if you're already watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Ding. When your voice goes in that upper register, I don't know what to do with it.
Otherwise, if you would like to help us keep this podcast sustainable, think about joining our Patreon, where we do post some exclusive content. Maybe we'll post a video of me trying the last tab.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And dying. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Otherwise, thank you for joining us, and we will catch you on the next one.
Okay, bye.